objects from our concrete basically, which are our concrete classes, and they could be unlimited, obviously, man. So let's again run a thread right here and say slip, then say 2000, and then like that, and then break, and then we close. Actually, we could do default, but in my case, actually, it doesn't. We do not need to involve the default choice. We're still not done right here. Then once these conditions are met, or at least once one of these conditions is met, or all of the conditions, then what we need to do, we need to store the game somewhere. Games process dot add, and then do what? Then game name, then games, okay, and then return games. Okay, so this is it. And then I'd like to do another method, which I'm going to call available games. Okay, available games. All right, and these are pretty much the available games which the user could play after the game has been processed, or meaning that if the game is free, then just add it actually to the available games queue system. Otherwise, I mean, obviously, you can't play it. Basically, this is my pretty much what I call the queue system. Well, basically, I'm storing this in a dictionary. Okay, it's really not a queue system, but a system which stores actually the playable games for the user. Okay, and then I will say console.writeLine, uh, and then dollar sign, and then uh, interpolation, as I said, and then I will say games processed count. All right, games added to the uh, queue, for example. There we go. Q A U V. There we go. For playing. Okay, for playing. There we go. And then I will just loop through the dictionary at this point, just to show you the available games in games processed. All right, and then I'm going to print out that on the console again. See, it's really not that difficult to understand. And once you watch it maybe a couple times, then you'll get to understand the architecture and how this is really done. Okay, so we're going to allocate one space right here, and then I'm going to copy the value, the game name. Okay, there we go. Simple as that. Okay, so our factory now is complete. So what do we have right here? A dictionary where we store the processed games, or whatever is available for the user to pay. I mean, whatever the user has paid, this becomes available all obviously actually for playing right here, and it gets stored right here inside the collection based on this criteria. So that's our factory basically, pretty much. And then we can simply say, okay, but what are the playable games now for the user, for example? Okay, this is the playable game for the user. Now, as far as you can see, I'm talking about users, but this is not integrated yet. It's not implemented, and I'm not passing in any user information right here. I'm speaking about generally about user, because the user is an abstract yet. I mean, so it's not developed, meaning we're never going to pass actually the user to the factory, but we're controlling just the games here through the Flyweight actually design pattern, and then we have concrete actually implementation of the games themselves. So we have a clear separation of what's really happening, and the users will be handled a little differently, and I'll show you actually in a moment how. At this point, I would like to say that I thumbs up. I hope that things compile. I mean, fingers crossed. Okay, it compiles. I have designed pretty much my games engine, okay, by using the Flyweight design pattern. Okay, so basically, I would love to do some separation right here on what I'm doing. I will call this games engine. Then I will move all of these classes to this folder. Okay, just so that you understand actually what we've done, where we are at, and so on and so on. Okay, so if I go now back to the client, and if I do, for example, some integration, right? For example, we said do the things here, or that's our client. The way we're going to do things is like this. So we're going to initialize the game factory first, games factory, okay, by saying the following: new games factory. Okay, simple as that, right? And then we are going to check for uh, available games. Okay, so that means that we're going to jump right here on this method, and we're going to check for available games. Okay, so what happens if I run this code at this point? What games do we have? We have nothing. Okay, so console, I just want to stop uh, the console so that you can see it. This point, zero games added to the queue for playing, right? Because I don't have the concrete implementation on the client side yet, okay? So basically, I don't have these guys yet integrated. I don't have the concrete class integrations and so on. Okay, so I'll go back to program, to our client, and say again, var casino games, okay? Casino cards, there we go, equals to now I'm gonna call the factory, okay, games factory. Now this is very important. You see, this is our integration, and then I will say, okay, casino cards were really paid, right? So pay to play a game, and then pay to play a game. Now let's go back to casino factory, which is this guy right here, and we said there is a method pay to play a game. Where is it? All right. So, oh, wait a second. Pay to play a game is not integrated in this. I think I did it somewhere. Pay to no casino. Okay. I have not integrated this method yet. All right. Have I? Pay to. Oh, nice. Okay. 1 second. Let me figure out. Because pay to play a game is really under our factory right here, and I say pay to play a game, and then we instantiated actually the, okay, so it should be here. The reason, because, okay, there we go, there was a confusion on my side. It's waiting for me to pass in the parameter, and the parameter is actually the game name, okay, and then I will just pass in at this point casino game 1, okay. So that's why actually this happened. All right. So casino game 1, right? But then I'm going to need to fill in the collection now at this point, types of casino games. So I'm just going to call it casino cards fill. Oops, there we go. So this is where we need. I wanted to actually casino card games. I don't think I need this. No. And then actually, no, actually, there we go, gameplay. We just need to do the gameplay, and then we're just passing in the version actually of the, the level of the game. For example, I mean, obviously there will be another other actually engines that control the game's playing or basically whatever level actually we've reached with by playing this game. This is what gets passed in right here. I'm just passing in a string, simple string right here. But if you just started the game, obviously you start from level 1. But if you're somewhere in the middle, then it will be another level, so on and so on.